Welcome to the Ogden City Council's quick meeting recap for the work session, Special City Council, Redevelopment Agency, and Municipal Building Authority meetings that took place on Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. In the work session, the Council reviewed and discussed a proposed budget amendment to increase the fiscal year 2021 city budget by $8,946,086. The proposed budget amendment recognizes revenues of $4,147,977 from general fund balance and appropriates those revenues for $490,000 in equipment for the Ogden Fire Department and for a transfer of $3,657,977 to the CIP fund to fund various CIP projects. The proposed budget amendment also recognizes $1,140,132 in revenues from RAMP grants and appropriates those funds to RAMP CIP projects. A public hearing and consideration for this item will take place on June 1st. The Council was presented with a proposal from the administration for the use of fund balance for selected CIP projects, equipment related to life and safety, and city facility improvements. The budget amendment portion of the proposal will be considered by the Council in a separate but related action. As part of the overall proposal, however, there are changes that need to be made to the fiscal year 2021-2025 capital improvement plan. The proposed amendments to the fiscal year 2021-2025 CIP are related to projects that were originally included in the upcoming fiscal year 2022-2026 CIP, but are now proposed for early funding in the current fiscal year 2021-2025 plan. The related budget amendment action funds other CIP projects already funded in the fiscal year 2021-2025 CIP. This action adds the proposed projects to the current plan to allow funds to be used prior to the beginning of the fiscal year 2022, which begins July 1st. A list of the selected CIP projects can be found on the meeting's agenda. The Council reviewed and discussed a proposed budget amendment that increases the fiscal year 2021 city budget by $458,450. The proposed budget amendment recognizes revenues from two grant awards. A grant of $68,500 from the Utah Department of Natural Resources was awarded for completion of Phase 1 of the Ogden River Marriott Ditch Diversion Reconstruction. A grant of $389,950 from the U.S. Department of Agriculture is for debris removal and erosion prevention along the Ogden River. These funds will be appropriated to the Storm Sewer Utility Fund and expended as part of the River Restoration CIP project. The Council received several fiscal year 2022 budget presentations, the first being the anticipated general fund revenues. The Council rarely makes changes to the revenue projected in the budget, with the majority of the changes to the proposed budget occurring on the expenditure side. This is because projecting revenue is more difficult than determining what expenditures the city can afford based on the revenue projected. In another fiscal year 2022 budget presentation, the Council was presented with the anticipated Business Depot Ogden lease revenues and appropriations. The anticipated revenue of $12,787,300 is proposed to be appropriated to several departments and projects throughout the city, including loyalty pay for police officers and firefighters, capital improvement projects, arts, the Marshall White Center, the Quality Neighborhoods Initiative, and many others. A full list of the proposed appropriations can be found in the packet information on the agenda. The last item for the work session was the proposed fiscal year 2022 through 2026 capital improvement plan. The city's process for reviewing the 5-year CIP underwent significant changes in the last year. Previously, the CIP was reviewed months before the budget process, and rankings from both administration and council were used to inform the budget development process. With the recent change, the CIP will now be reviewed alongside the budget, making it easier for the council and administration to align the plan for capital expenditures with the actual budget. The CIP will be reviewed in conjunction with the budget for the fiscal year 2022 budget process. The total for the proposed CIP projects in the fiscal year 2022 is $29,450,280. A list of the proposed funding for the fiscal year 2022 and future funding can be found in the packet information on the agenda. After a public hearing in the council meeting, the council adopted a resolution approving the annual action plan for fiscal year 2022. FY21-25 is the second year of the 5-year consolidated plan period. The amounts in the annual action plan budget as approved by the council are incorporated into the major grants section of the city budget. This includes entitlement funding, program income funds, and carryover funds. A detailed list of these funds can be found in the packet information on the agenda. In the RDA meeting, the council, acting as the RDA board, accepted the proposed fiscal year 2022 RDA budget for review. A public hearing was also set for the RDA budget on June 8th. The RDA budget includes anticipated revenue of $10,658,975 to fund various ongoing developments and housing projects. The complete RDA budget can be found at ogdencity.com/RDA. In the Municipal Building Authority meeting, the Council, acting as the MBA Board of Trustees, accepted the proposed fiscal year 2022 MBA budget for review. A public hearing was also set for the MBA budget on June 8th. The proposed MBA budget is $5,000. The significant decrease from the fiscal year 2021 budget of $297,175 comes from the maturity of the 2006 Public Works Facility Bond. The entire recording from the meetings of May 11th can be accessed on the Ogden City Council's Facebook page page and podcast with timestamps to skip to specific agenda items. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to the council office at 801-629-8153 or send an email to citycouncil@ogdencity.com.